Okay friends, good morning. We are going to learn how to multiply a fraction with a whole number. Okay, so let's look at our warm-up problems. 1/4 cup of water is added to a vase full of flowers. If the florist has 3 vases of flowers, how much water is needed? Okay, so we are going to multiply, so we can think this as 3 groups of 1/4, okay? Because we have 3 vases of flowers that need 1/4 cup of water each. Okay, so we can either do this as an addition problem or multiplication. I'm going to show you both. So addition, well, if we have 3 groups of 1/4, that's saying 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. Okay, keep my denominator the same. We're still working with fourths. Then 1 plus another 1 plus another 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 3 groups of 1/4 equals 3/4. I'm also going to show you multiplication. Same thing. It's going to be 3 times 1/4. 3 groups of 1/4. And friends, whenever you have a whole number, it's like there's an invisible 1 underneath it. Okay? It's like they're saying there's a line and there's an invisible 1 to make it a fraction. Because if you look, if I draw my rectangle and if I color it all in, that's 1 whole, right? So this would be 1 out of 1. This is another 1 out of 1. So if I count all these up, I have 3 wholes. Okay, so maybe that might help you remember that there's just a 1 underneath it. So then we can just multiply across. Okay, we want to do 3 times 1, which would be 3. And then we keep our denominator the same. Or you can think, well, what's 1 times 4, which would be 4. Okay, we never want to do 3 times 4. We don't want to cross multiply. Okay, we want to just go across this way. Don't cross it like this. Don't do a numerator times a denominator. Okay, just want to keep the numerators times, and then whatever your denominator, it stays the same. Okay, let's look at this other one. It's a little bit different. So a florist has 5 bunches of daisies she wants to dye blue. Each bunch needs to sit in water with 3/8 teaspoon of dye. How many teaspoons of dye is needed in all? Okay, well, I have 5 bunches of daisies, so 5 groups, and each bunch needs 3/8 teaspoon. Okay, my addition problem, well, it's just going to be 3/8 plus another 3/8 plus another 3/8 5 different times. Another 3/8 plus another 3/8. Okay, keeping my denominator the same, I'm going to have 8. Then I count 3 plus 3 is 6, plus another 3, 9, plus another 3 is 12, plus another 3 is 15. So I have 15 over 8 right now, 15/8, and we'll fix it in a minute. We'll change it out because we never want to leave this as improper. We don't want to leave a bigger number on top, okay? We'll change it in a minute. Look at our multiplication problem. It's just saying 5 groups times 3/8. Okay, remember I can do my little invisible 1. 5 times 3, 15. 1 times 8, 8. Okay? Now I want to change it, so I have to think how many wholes are in 15/8. Well, I know 1 whole equals 8/8. I know that if I have another whole, so 2 wholes, that would be 16/8. Well, wait a minute, I went over the 15. So I can't use this 2. I have to just stick with the 1. So it's just going to be 1 whole. But now I have to count what's in between 15 and 8. Okay, I have to figure out, well, 15 minus 8, which is 7, and I keep my denominator the same. Okay, so same with my addition and multiplication. I got 15/8, but I can never leave it as improper. I have to fix it around, okay? Let's look at our math journal for activity today. We're going to be working in pages 224 and 225, and it kind of looks like this, making lip balm, okay? So it looks like you're going to, it gives you all of these ingredients here. You got to make sure that you're reading each question because it tells you different ingredients that you're going to use. So let's look at number 1. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to set you up with the words. So Yasmin made 2 batches of lemon lip balm. How many teaspoons of almond oil did she use? Okay, well, if I have 2 batches, that's going to mean I'm doing 2 groups. And then I have to look up here, find almond oil, which is just 3 teaspoons, okay? So number 1 should be pretty easy because there's no fraction at all. Okay, you're just timesing 2 times 3, or adding 3 to 2 different times, okay? I think all of my friends should be able to do that one. Number 2, cinnamon flavoring oil is very strong, so only 1/8 teaspoon is needed for a batch of lip balm. How many teaspoons of cinnamon flavor oil are needed for 5 batch? Okay, well 5 batch, 5 groups of 1/8. Okay, so write your addition equation, write your multiplication equation, and then your answer right here. And if you can draw it anyway, perfect. Okay, I'm going on to the second page, number 3. Carter made 4 batches of marshmallow lip balm. That's 4 groups. And he used 1/2 teaspoon of marshmallow flavoring oil in each batch. So 1/2. How much is needed in all? I'm going to do this one with you guys. Okay? So I already set up my words. Now I have to write my addition equation, which would be 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 and another 1/2. Okay, keeping my denominator the same, 2, and then 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. 4 over 2. Okay, my multiplication equation, 4 times 1/2. Okay, remember just do 4 times 1, which would be 4, and I keep my denominator the same. Okay, both times I got 4 over 2, 4 halves. Well, I can't leave that improper. Have to think, how many wholes are in 4 halves? Okay, so if I am going to write it over here, 1 whole equals 2 halves. Okay, if I do another whole, that would be 4 halves evenly, okay? Because if I do this twice, 2 halves, and I plus another 2 halves, I got 4 halves. Okay, so 2 is the total answer, just 2 teaspoons. Okay, there's no other fraction with that. Okay, so you should have number 3 all correct. Let's set up these last ones though. Julia made 24 tubes of cherry lip balm. She used 3/4 teaspoon of cherry flavoring oil in each batch. In all, how much cherry flavoring oil did Julia use? Okay, you're going to answer this question last until you find your actual answer. So your words will, oh, wait a minute, this one is tricky. This is saying that that's the total, 24. Okay, so we kind of have to work backwards on this. Okay, so what I recommend for this one is that we start drawing it first, and I'll kind of set you up here too. So we want to draw, and we split it into fourths because we're working with fourths, and each one is colored 3. 2, 3, okay? And we just want to get to that we have 24 pieces colored, okay? So that would be 6. Add another 3, that is 9. Add another 3, that is 12. Okay, getting closer. another 3. That is 15. Okay, friends, scratch that. I think I'm telling you guys the wrong number that we need to be counting. We need to be counting the 4, okay? We're working with fourths. Even though we're only coloring 3, that's still our total, okay? Sorry about that, but let's count the 4s. So if that's a 4, add another 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So then really I just need one more circle to get us 24, but I'm only coloring the 3. Okay, does that make sense? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, because we wanted 24. Well, now I see how many circles did I draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's my 6 groups. Okay, that is my 6 groups, the different circles. And then I still use the 3/4. Okay, my addition problem would look like 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Okay, keep my 4 the same. And 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 18 over 4. Same thing right here. 6 times 3/4. 18 over 4. Okay, you guys, to finish this, I want you to change this 18/4 into a mixed number. Okay, I set this up all for you because this one was kind of tricky. I set it all up for you, but I want you to finish this. So think how many holes are in 18/4. Okay, and then you still need to be doing these last ones. So Ezra wanted to try new flavor combination for his lip balm to make one batch. He combined 1/8 teaspoon peppermint, 3/8 teaspoon of vanilla oil, and 1/8 teaspoon of orange oil. How many teaspoons of flavoring oil did he need for 3 batches for his new flavor? Okay, so first we need to add these 3 all together. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1/8 plus 3/8 plus 1/8. Okay, once you get that answer, then you're actually going to multiply that by 3. Okay, so I'm going to label this as F for flavor, but now you have to do whatever you got, F times 3 to get your full answer. Okay? All right, so I set you guys up. You should at least have all of the word, like the blank groups of blank on every problem. You should have number 3 completely done, and you should have 4 pretty close to being done. Okay, you just need to change the 18/4. Okay, make sure you take a good picture so I can see both pages and then submit on Seesaw. Have a great day, friends.